up? I'm the Hammer.
I'm the Scalpel.
This is the Pipe.
And we are giving a review of John Wick 3 Parabellum.
Portobello.
John Wick 3 Portobello. And we just finished watching it on a day or two ago. And I think, what do you guys think?
Gold. It was great.
I was happy. 10 out of 10. Action. Continues the storyline. Brings in new people. New forms of action. It was incredible. I loved it.
Yep.
There was a couple things that were like, yeah, we analyze movies way too much.
Yeah,
but,
that's true. Yeah.
Other than that, great fucking movie.
Like, I mean, and we were watching this, we'd assume that you've seen the movie as well, so some of the things we'll talk about will have some spoilers to it.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But one of the scenes that stood out to me the most, I mean, the whole movie, I mean, aside from some of the martial arts stuff seemed a little slow, like the beginning fight with the guy, the knife fight, right at the beginning of the movie. I mean, probably the first fight with a couple of cast members. I remember it was at the Man of Tao.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was in that. It was really good. What I liked that he used a lot of the characters in like other movies that he was in. Plus, there were guys from the Raid Redemption were in it. But one of the scenes that really stood up to me was with Halle Berry.
Yes.
And the puppies.
And the dogs.
The two German shepherds.
Puppies!
Like,
that was
how
absolute gold.
How they got the dogs to
right there.
like, yeah, how they got the dogs to choreograph the dogs were kicking ass.
The dogs are stars of the show
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
That's gonna be the scene that's remembered most in this film. Out of everything.
Yeah.
Is the dogs and then good old Mark D.
Yeah. Mark DeCascos. Like that. Him being in the movie, to me, like his character, not as much as he was this really like top assassin with his crew of ninjas.
He wasn't. Yeah, like he had the crew of guys. A lot of them using karambits, which made me a bit moist. But moist. But the fact that he was almost like a fanboy. He wasn't like this cold.
Oh, he was a fanboy.
Yeah,
fanboy.
He wasn't like this cold, calculating dude, like the stereotypical assassin, like Common was supposed to be in John Wick 2.
And that's,
he was just like,
and
like
that was
sitting
like,
uncomfortably close, and then he gets up. He's like, dude, boundaries, man.
That was one of the things about the movie that I was really anticipating for the next one is when they introduced like Common's character. And with that whole thing that happened where he assassinated.
We were thinking about that.
I was hoping that
he would show up again.
Yeah, he was going to be.
That was the one thing I was going to say. I was disappointed that Common was not in it, but that just means that he has to be in the next one. If they make a next one,
it's already confirmed.
Already confirmed.
Chapter 4 has already been confirmed as of the next day since we watched it, which is good.
Well, Keanu Reeves popped up with the director and he said they like doing them so much. If you guys keep liking them, we'll keep making them. And it managed to unseat Avengers, finally, from the top spot, box office.
Well, not overall, because that hit the billions.
Well, no, like monetary gain is not a thing they come close to. But it was number one up until John Wick came out.
Now, there was a few things in the movie, though. There were a few things that I, like, when they were talking about the high table... And they made it like this like I know that there's this hierarchy that's like these top level people that control like the assassination game and everything. And what I mean, the whole crossing the desert and then they're just sort of in the middle of the desert. It's just this guy and he's like this high power. Like I was just like, okay, maybe I don't know.
I can understand it being a bit far fetched, but I think it plays well into the idea that these assassins are not just killing people for the sake of killing people, even though like that's their job or that's their personality.
Yeah.
So assassin obviously is the best rather than like accountant. But they take their world serious, you know what I mean? Everything about them is not by chance, so
it's all by rules.
Yeah, all by rules, so no one fucks around. And I think it's a organized society of killers, if you will, you know what I mean? And
well, yeah, it kind of prevents the kind of chaos that John Wick's been up to.
Well, yeah,
for the last all these films. Like
but
John Wick, he got out, had a lady.
Mm-hmm.
Lady passed away from cancer. Dog got dead because of fucking
an idiot.
Yeah,
a simple idiot.
I like how they referenced about that he did that all because of his dog.
Well, yeah,
Greyjoy the Dickless killed him.
Yeah.
And,
But the fact that like his whole society is like, well, no, we gotta come and kill you, and he has to do all this shit. Like, it plays into the seriousness of the community that he's a part of.
That I like,
separate from like all of our worlds.
Well, just so with John Wick, you know, he was out, he got out of the life, had his own.
Yep.
Things happened. He couldn't let it go. Came out, get his revenge. Yes. John Wick 2. The main protagonist is D'Antonio, who had John Wick's marker, and it was that marker that allowed John Wick to get out of the life, to perform the impossible tasks that the Vigo mentioned from the first film.
Yeah.
And then, when he was having the chat in John Wick's house, he even said, had you stayed out of the life, I'd have respected it. But you didn't. You came back. Now I'm calling my marker. I want you to kill my sister. Then he gets a bit weaselly, where he's just like, you killed my sister, but, you know, she was my blood. I gotta get rid of you now.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he weaseled off into the Continental to take refuge.
Yeah.
And then Wick popped his melon. Winston gave him a 1 hour pass, which ended up biting Winston in the ass.
Everything that these people did after the fact bit them in the ass.
Consequences.
Yeah. Consequences. Yeah.
Consequences.
What was the one line that they used that in this movie that they didn't? I don't think they used it in the other 2 chapters. Was I serve? What did they say actually?
I serve,
and I will be of service.
I'll be of service. Yeah, I actually really dug that. I mean, for the most part, like that's kind of a cool.
That adds to the seriousness of what these people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their allegiances could switch whatever way, depending on what the table decrees.
Yeah.
So
I think the one thing it always kind of, it didn't weird me out, but it's always like something I always like sat there and thought of. Like, wherever he goes, no matter where, it's, you know, Baba Yaga. Everyone seems to know him.
yeah.
He'll be walking down any rando street, and there's always one guy like staring at him. Or like the homeless guy, part of the Bowery, and all of them are conveniently wearing.
Where you are.
Yeah, conveniently
Hey there,
wearing.
John Wick. You always got time.
Yeah,
That's creepy.
Yeah, it's not funny, like, ugh.
Well, the one thing I really also like is they kind of gave him more of an origin story too, because you learned a lot about where he was from when he went back.
Yeah.
And he went to.
And his real name.
Yep. It was
Jadani.
Jadani.
Yes.
And like
And he was from Belarus.
Do you think he was one of the wrestlers in that school, or was he one
Guaranteed.
of the ballerinas?
Nope.
He was rather graceful, so I don't know.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Just imagine John Wick pulling off his toenails, like, ugh.
Oh, you know, well, he is that serious.
Yeah.
I think this scene was the funniest, just because there were so many knives thrown, but at the end of that scene, like...
What kind of pawn shop is that? Because
I want to go there.
I want that place.
That's a great ass pawn shop.
This is the best pawn shop I've ever seen in my life, or an antique store.
And kudos to Halle Berry for her action.
Jeez.
The one cut,
I didn't
fucking
expect it at all.
2-minute action scene,
Yeah.
phenomenal.
With the puppies?
With the
Yeah,
dogs.
the dogs. The dogs doing it down. Holding down.
I did not expect that at all.
Yeah, it was. No, the actress that played that's Morticia Adams from the Addams Family.
Yes, it is.
See, there you go.
That is
Yeah,
shit.
Morticia Adams
Good
makes
call.
I don't Angelica.
Oh yeah, Angelica something. I don't know her
Houston?
name. No, not Houston.
Give me a sports star. But yeah, no. One of the things I also actually really enjoyed was a little bit of the slapstick, like a scene again that stands out is like when they're taking on the armored guys. And they're all like just armored to the teeth.
Yeah.
And then they went back to the armory, and they're just looking at, like, it was like a casual thing. It's like they
It's like they're coming back. They're almost annoyed. They're like, all right, we need something to deal with this.
Yes. Then they
pull some shotguns.
and that
out.
shotgun, like that whole shotgun scene with both of them.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
I guess the intro with, I don't know the concierge's name.
Yeah. No.
I can't remember his name.
The concierge.
Concierge,
Yes.
yeah, but his opener for the shotgun scene was gold, as he's above his target, and he removes the head of the one dude, and then he goes to town on the others.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, it was actually good seeing that guy can throw down with the best of them too, because all their other hired help got dead
immediately
in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Immediately.
And then him and John Wick are like, straightening up the collar. All right, let's get this done.
Yeah.
Also, Keanu Reeves' work with former Navy SEALs and the Duke.
Yep.
Shows.
Duke Rufus.
Shows
Rufus
completely.
Sport.
Even the way he was loading his shotgun.
Yeah.
He was literally flinging
proper
shells.
Yeah.
But like fast. He was flinging shells.
That wasn't
Down the
CGI or
no,
anything
he's
like
like-
that. That was
And
straight
then-
talent, man.
Loading, yeah. Like the guy puts in work.
All I know is when zombies come, John Wick, or not John Wick, Keanu Reeves,
Yeah, he's
Robin, Ravi, all on my team. Just saying. A couple other people. Sarah's on my team. She's country. She's crazy. She'll be able to represent.
Now the another cool thing I like that I really like that really also stood out was like the fact that like again all the martial arts stuff. You can see how much he's learned from the other movies and like perfected. There was at the beginning martial arts scene that kind of seemed a little too slow paced to begin with.
You can see the guys waiting on him to
to
reach his
do
mark
some
and
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah. I think for me, what I like the most with those martial arts scenes is if you think about how Keanu Reeves has come from the Matrix to now. Look at the old school Matrix. He is stiff. He doesn't move well.
Yep.
It's just, yeah, it's awful. Like even like his transitions to a lot of kicks, his balance is garbage, and we all know as soon as you lose your balance in a fight, you're done now.
Well, what was good about the martial arts fighting, so the martial arts fighting with all this is just like how gritty that it was. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like perfect.
There's nothing
it was
pretty
just,
about it.
It
It's
wasn't
just
pretty.
like,
It was
I
just-
kill you now and move on to the next victim.
Yeah.
Lots of bullets have been used in the making of this movie.
I say that it's a great combination. Let me try that again in English. It's a great combination of actual street fighting with martial arts and how it actually applies to like a random street fight.
Yeah.
It looked more real, even though he wasn't as good as like this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looked more real than.
But Mark D's been in martial arts
fucking
like
good.
since
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
He's like one of the lesser known martial artists.
A lot of B movies.
Yeah. But the guy is crazy. Like the first time I saw Mark D was in a movie from like 1989 called Only the Strong.
Ooh.
And that's when I first saw Capoeira.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
And I lost it. I'm like, I want that. And our city is not huge, and it's not small either. Though we're like the main primary hub in our country for like international shipping and so forth.
Yeah.
So trying to,
Dead center.
that and drugs. But but I saw the film, and it was in like the mid '90s when a group of capoeiristas actually came here.
Yep.
And then I was in that. I was ironically the only white dude in the class. And then the contramestre actually came in from Brazil,
Such beautiful words.
named Engio. And I would have kept going, but the class is $150 for a month.
Yeah.
No thanks.
But another thing why I'm like, I don't know if I speak for all three of us here, but like I'm a huge fan of like the old school John Woo stuff, like Hardboard Killer, like anything that Chow Yun-Fat
Chow
was in.
Yun-Fat. Yep.
Oh, like right away, like that's why a movie like this.
Prior to Dragon Ball.
Wait, Dragon Ball never happened.
To what?
Dragon Ball Evolution. Terrible movie.
What movie?
Chow Fat.
Yeah, exactly.
What movie?
Now, I mean,
Some stupid shit.
now here's a better question. Now here's a better question for the three of us. What did we think of the villain, as we'll call her,
The
adjudicator.
the judgitator, the jabba-jabber,
Personally,
Girl.
Jabberwocky.
Personally, if you realize that you're going to be going to war with the table anyway,
Parlay.
I'd have popped her melon.
Yeah.
I'd have shot her immediately.
No.
Maybe it's me being short-sighted, but I'd have shot
I
her.
totally understand why they're like, no, we gotta play it this way, man, because despite how good John Wick is, and despite how good the manager and the concierge are, the table are pretty fucking powerful.
Yeah.
And
true.
they made it known that they could send like waves upon waves of people if we don't set a deal. You know what I mean? So
True, like when
killing off the messenger would have been the worst thing. for them to do.
when you have
Yeah, she was just the messenger.
when you have like touristy buses full of heavily armed shooters stamped with your logo, I might add. I'm like, did you guys just have those lying around somewhere? Like, oh, let's get that rolling.
But they pay off cops with these golden coins and shit,
Oh, I
man. So
guarantee.
this society is a whole lot bigger than
The government?
pretty much, man. Like,
What clearly spans the world. He ends up in the Moroccan desert
yeah.
with dudes. Hold up. So you went to Casablanca,
Yep.
which is in Morocco.
Yep.
Yeah, they do. The geographical has desert. It's just weird seeing because I thought when I saw them like, oh, it's like a Bedouin tribe, and then
The nomadic tribes that cross the deserts.
I think the Bedouin are out there. I don't know. Anyway, as soon as like the scene started and he's like, have a drink, right then and there, you knew he was safe.
Why?
Because in desert cultures and so forth, water is more important than anything else in the world. So in desert cultures,
If you give
in
up
reality,
water-
if a Bedouin tribe or any tribes in the desert offers you water, you are safe. They're not going to waste water on someone they're going to corpse.
I've never been to the desert, but now I know.
This is why I
Well, this
usually
is what-
picked for the end of the world scenario because I got
Okay, listen. We're
that
not doing,
learned knowledge.
yeah, we're not doing desert though. Like,
But he was in the desert. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the
No,
world,
the end of the world.
we
We're not
do
going
fucking
to desert.
deserts,
I'm not
man.
going
But I think I'm super excited for the next one.
Yes.
Considering they're going to be making that, and like the adjudicator when they're having her, like now the great thing about her as a villain, right? I guess we can call it the villain. Like,
Yeah. Well, she's got that fear now.
yeah, and like the great.
She's scary hot. I don't know why. She's scary hot.
And you want her to bite the bullet like so badly at the end of the.
Yeah. Well, she's got like the arrogance.
Yeah.
She's got like that haughty arrogance where she's just like, I know you can't do anything to me in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Because you'd be killing yourself. So you have 7 days to get your affairs in order before you select a successor. And then she talks to Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
You gave him 7 bullets for a 45 ACP.
He
It requires 7 cuts.
Yeah, 7 cuts.
And then Mark D put the blade to Morpheus,
Yeah.
who didn't get dead.
Didn't get dead.
Didn't get
No.
dead. Now he's an angry motherfucker.
Well, I like that they're building up the 4th chapter where it's going to be both of them.
They're building up his allies because all the people that the table took out or punished
Yep.
are going to come back and help John Wick, the manager. Because I think the manager did all this to get his name back safe with the table.
Yeah.
So he can work from the inside to take them all out.
Possibly.
And John Wick and whoever John Wick can get to become allies are all going to come back to take out the table. So I predict that Common is going to come back. And number 4, they're going to have their little tiff, but then they're going to be like, yo, why are we fighting each other? Let's take out these fucking table guys who like to hide out in the middle of the fucking desert.
I mean, Winston knew what he was doing when he shot him off the side of the
I was going to say that too.
Yeah.
Winston knew. Because if
Knew what he
Winston
was
wanted
doing.
him dead, he'd have popped his melon. He was shooting him in the body, and he knows that ridiculous kinetic body armor they have rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
That's why when Wick was getting shot, he pulled his coat over his face
Yep.
and took rounds then and then fell. Don't get me wrong, that fall, something broke. Right?
Yeah, he
Something
got
wrong.
wheeled off in a shopping cart.
Yeah,
so.
one of the homeless minions of the Bowery picked him up, and then
That was Rafi from the league.
it was too.
Yeah, that was-
He looks like Neil. That guy
Yeah.
looks like Neil from
Yeah.
that used to come out from before.
But no, I'm more excited for chapter 4. I mean, I actually thought that this would have been the conclusion, but nope, not even close.
I
You
think
know, there's one thing Keanu Reeves is saying, and the director's saying, he's like, we love doing them. If you love seeing them, we'll keep making them.
and I want more of this world like exposed, like how big it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like, if he was running down the street with that hour, and everyone gave them that hour. So even
Yeah.
though the manager like gave an
All
hour,
the taxi
everyone
cab,
listened.
everyone, yep.
So how come everyone wasn't punished? Or if they were, those are all allies for John Wick to ally with him to take out the fucking table.
Or maybe, honestly, maybe they're just like, maybe the adjudicator would look at them just like the cogs in the wheel. Primarily, she's looking
she
at.
did go to the leaders.
She's
and
looking,
everything,
she's looking at Winston
And
and
Morpheus or
Morpheus.
Fishburne's character.
Yeah.
The king
And
or something.
the woman that trained him, her character.
Yep.
She got her
So
hands
she
down.
survived. Yeah. See, they just ran her hands through. Winston was given his time, but he
fought
finagled
back.
the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Fishburne, didn't die.
Well, and also
and he's angry.
And
Lawrence Fishburne angry in any movie is good.
And I remembered that just remembered the fight scene, the first one with in the library with that really tall guy in the book.
Yeah, he's like, I still got a couple of minutes. We'll know. Like, all right, with a book.
That was the meanest.
When he destroys his jaw.
Oh.
And like you see the lower mandible separate. I was like,
and he
but then it hit him like 3 or 4 more times after that.
Put him against the book and
just broke his neck. I've never seen.
Give him like a 0.5% chance.
And then I would say the kills in this movie were very
shotgun kills in this movie.
Very creative.
Woo!
I've never seen. It's just like it was such a step up from the other 2 chapters, and I'm just like super.
And honestly, as a guy myself, I've been using blades since I was a child. My childhood was broken. Don't ask. But,
we love you, Rob.
Seeing blade work done properly is a huge thing for me. Throwing knives has been like a passion of mine. Throwing axe has also been a passion of mine. So we're getting the first fight scene when he's properly weighing the knives in. And then the one dude, who was ironically in a golden chow, he's like there, and he just grabs the axe, and then the proper release. Like I was telling you the other day.
At that same time, I knew Rob and I both knew that like there was like a few seconds where we're like, he's gonna throw another knife at this guy because he's still moving, and I thought he was gonna pick up another knife, just a simple knife that he was already throwing. And then he just picks up the axe. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah,
he throws the axe. I'm like, oh my god. Man.
And just how many times like that scene that you just saw, like how many times he did when the guy's trying to crawl away, just whipping knives at him.
And he's getting marks like nothing.
Yeah, and then Mark D's characters and his students.
Yeah.
They're using. Were they ninjatos? No, they looked like wakazashis because they weren't long enough to use katanas.
No, they were smaller.
That was
the
one camouflage dude out of his students. Yeah. Anytime there was a fight scene, he would just like
pop out of
the wall, whatever, and kill the guy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and also the 2 guys from the raid.
Yeah.
Using karambits.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that they drop them and they're just like.
The respect of the fight.
They pick him up.
Yeah.
He's just like, give me a moment, pulls his belt off. And they go. And those 2 survived.
Yep.
Yeah, they did.
His other students didn't. Mark D didn't, but those 2 guys lived.
Well, you never know.
Future allies, number 4. I'm telling you.
I mean, he got ran through with the sword, but I mean, you never know.
True.
You never know.
And he was able to get back up and still crack fucking jokes while he's dying.
Yeah. I like the slapstick stuff.
The slapstick was great.
Like the cool thing about what I liked is when even with the fight scenes is like the respect between assassins.
Yeah.
How they're just like they're professionals, and I really like that.
I think it's more than that. I think it's like it's almost like a family unit or like a close knit community kind of thing.
Like everyone, like the ones who are the alphas, they're known. John Wick's known.
Yeah.
Clearly, Mark D and his guys are known.
Yeah.
Because that's why the adjudicator went to them.
I didn't like when he's like blowfish. You just said fugu. Could have said that.
Yeah, just
blowfish.
Master, we need your skilled hands. My skilled hands are busy. Do your own thing. Fugu me. That is an old Simpsons reference before most of you were born.
Yeah.
Yes. Which at least 1 or 2 comments are going to be like, that's insulting, man.
Culture.
Good.
But
I'm bald and I'm whitish. I'm easy to hate. I'm okay with that. All right? You find me a film where the bald guy is not a villain. You're not allowed to use Jason Statham. You're not allowed to use Bruce Willis.
Or The Rock.
Or The Rock.
The bald guy's the villain?
Yes.
Well, the bald guy's not the villain.
The bald guy is not the villain.
Oh.
Mark D. Shaved his head bald.
Yeah.
Okay.
He shaved his eyebrows on this shit too, man. Like,
the Hitman movies, the guy's not the bad guy, he's the good guy.
He's the anti-hero.
But he still does good things.
I'm not looking. Look, the Hitman. No. No. You were a video game.
Stay a video game.
Stay a video game. You are not allowed to attempt to vomit movies onto the big screen anymore.
Well, what do we think is going to happen in the 4th chapter? What are some of the predictions you guys think? Besides Common coming back and...
Well, my prediction is that the people that are allied with John Wick are going to help him conspire to take out the table.
And remember when last time they were saying at the movie, it's like, oh, you can't take on the high table. Like, yeah, but we're in New York. I'm like, ooh.
Well,
New York City.
New York has a heartbeat of its own, you know what I mean? So the ones that
New York
are in New
America.
York are probably the ones that were punished by the high table for not taking out John Wick within that hour.
Yeah.
Honestly, as soon as you said New York's a heartbeat of its own, I thought of Gremlins too.
I cringe.
New York, a city so nice they named it twice. Check it out one time.
I don't know. I kind of cringed a little bit on that. Just kind of like, you can't take out the city. I'm like, okay, come on. I know. But it's just that kind of sort of like, you can't take out our city. It's like that patriotic thing they used to do back in the day in the 80s and stuff like that. Yeah. See, I mean, like, okay,
like Battleship.
Yeah.
America. No, but still, I think it's because if in number 4, like hopefully they make this like a 5-movie series, and number 4 can build up the power and reach of the table.
Yeah, so how bad they can actually.
Yeah, and gather the allies. And number 5 is all out fucking war.
So they don't do a Game of Thrones where they vomit everything into one shot.
Apparently nobody liked that the last episode.
You know, I think it's the last season, to be honest. But yeah, don't rush. Well, it's just like getting with a good woman you care about. You don't want to rush that. No. You want to enjoy it.
Well,
and then after you enjoy
but if you don't care, then you rush.
What I'm hearing is the movie's coming out in 2020, so
they
got some time.
So they're gonna pump it out.
They got some time.
Oh, yeah.
They got plenty more time to creatively kill more. There's a lot of the deaths in this movie. Like I have not seen. Like it's really creative, like the knife scenes and whatnot. Like it's just really super cool. And
they didn't grab things from other movies or rehash things, and I love that. You're right.
I've never seen dogs throw down like that.
I've seen dogs used in action flicks, but not this precise.
Like
I've never seen
not
throw
this
down
precise at all.
But I just hope
that Halle Berry in this film was a triple motherfucking threat.
Buddy. She's going to be the next Tina Turner, man. That woman will be 90 and still hot as shit, man.
Yeah, that's true. Super, oh my gosh, she's
already had this talk.
Well, the thing is,
we age like shit, and you guys don't. Okay.
Well, the thing is, I just
I
hope
look like garbage. Like you're older than I am, and I'm just full of gray.
Well, I hope they just tie up the loose ends, like Common's character,
yeah,
and some of the other things. And I mean, like, I just hope that they tie up a few loose ends in the next chapter, because I mean, I was pretty excited to see what they like that rivalry sort of like, you know, that coming back together, and like those two sort of like, you know, you killed my, but what was he? He was like his
killed my ward.
His ward, yeah, that's what it's called. So you know, he's wants applying revenge on that.
Yeah.
But I mean, but they had some kind of a pact at the end of at the end of
respect.
Yeah, they had that respect, which was like super cool.
It also harkens back to when Keanu runs into Lawrence again. The first time they've been together since The Matrix. And he even stated, John Wick did the same. He did the same thing. Put a blade, and he's just like, you can pull it out and come after me, or you can go get it looked at and live. So he did the same thing with Common at the end of the film. Put the blade in his heart, but he didn't remove it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's the thing. It's like a lot of people think with like knife wounds or stab wounds that
pull it out, you're in trouble.
Well, it's not that. It's like usually removing the blade, you're going to be in infinitely more trouble. Especially if it's a serrated blade, because then it's
you're just making more damage.
Yeah, so if you get poked in the heart, a lot of people think, oh, you're instantly dead. No. It's just, you're damaged, but if you leave it in there and go seek medical attention, and I suspect you flip one of those gold coins, and then the key maker from the Matrix Reloaded shows up.
That was it.
Shows up to fix you, then you're gold. Also, that old guy's dedication to duty was gold.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're going to have to shoot me. Right.
I was
with a floating rip. On the count of...
I was cringing. I thought he pulled out the gun because he was like, okay, well, now...
He was going to fight?
Oh, yeah. Man. I was like, no, man.
No, don't die, old man.
But he just the fact that...
All right, now up here, take care not to hit my clavicle.
But I mean, I just really hope that they have I hope Halle Berry comes back.
Yes,
she will.
100%. I hope so, yeah.
Because I mean, like, she even towards the end, after, you know, they the mark that they had, like right towards the end, she was still like, when she drank the water, spit it in the bottle,
spit it back out.
Just sort of like, yeah,
fuck you.
Yeah, like
I think it was more like the fuck you for putting me in this position, and we're done now.
Yeah.
So she might come back, she might not.
She'll come back. Because,
depends.
Because of my prediction, which I know is true.
Up the dogs.
John Wick and the manager and concierge are changing the whole society up. You know what I mean?
Hey, maybe they might try and do like the New York reference. Maybe they should be like, hey, we're independent of your table now. We'll still follow some rules.
Yeah.
But we make our own, and you don't dictate to us anything anymore.
You don't
Just a
mess-
superpower that the table has to sit down
to
with.
deal with. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see-
It's like
I think
we
that'd be
and that's the thing. Is
That's
like,
another
you
good
know,
prediction.
maybe they make their own things. Like we're now sitting at the table. We're not under your table.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that
Yeah.
would be a thing.
Right,
That's
because
what-
that's how they
yeah.
operate under the table.
Yeah. But all in all, I think the movie was fantastic. Well
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Well done.
So
I
like
give
I
it
said,
a 10 out of 10. Yeah.
10 out of 10.
I
Yeah,
give it
definitely watch
I
it.
give it a full price.
Yes.
Full price. Not
Full
a,
price.
full
IMAX.
price.
Not,
Reclining seats.
yeah.
Maybe not D-Box because that's just weird.
The D-Box is very weird.
I only did D-Box once, and it was for the perfect movie, and I'll never do it again.
I saw
Jurassic
it for,
World.
I saw it
Oh,
for
those
G.I.
are like
Joe.
a porn or something.
Just because I wanted to try it. Just because I wanted to try it.
What theater has porn in D-Box?
You could have a buddy that works at the theater that throws that on and just throws on the
That's
D-Box.
Greasy.
It is very greasy, which
That's
is why another reason I'll probably never
That's,
sit in that
that's
thing.
like back in the day where like...
I guess I got a bucket list thing to do now.
well, that's like back in the day where it's just like...
Some huge
The
things.
internet wasn't a thing, so you had to like steal an uncle's porn.
Yeah.
Or find a magazine on the street.
Yeah,
Happened.
that too. And it's just like, so, and if one of the guys got like a smut tape, then everybody watched it.
Oh, good.
So you're all
And the
sitting in
tape
that,
is just-
you're sitting in that gross communal porn watching, and everyone's got pillows and
Yeah.
shit, and it's
Yeah.
like, then you ridicule the first guy. I gotta go to the bathroom. No, you don't.
I think we're at the too much sharing
I,
information
Yeah,
part of
we're,
this now.
we're getting too far now. But anyway, 10 out of 10 film,
10 out of 10.
and we'll be reviewing more and doing more stuff, and hope we can bring you some better content with better sound. I'm sorry, this one's my fault.
Oh, I think this worked out
This is-
well.
Got the brand new artist, so hopefully you're gonna hear us a lot better,
Yes,
and definitely a lot more content to come.
Yep.
I mean, please subscribe, hit the bell,
hit the
wherever.
button.
I think I got this thing.
Yeah,
And hit the comments and
it's over
tell us
here.
what you think about it.
Yep.
And stay tuned for our next review and also the next reaction videos that we come out with next.
A few days with the Terminator.
Yeah.
Next.
Terminator is next, and
Yes.
we'll talk about that then.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. But in the meantime, I'm the Hammer.
On the scalpel.
And this is the pipe.
Peace.